Hey everyone, back again. Welcome back to another video review. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Prime episode, New Recruit. So the episode starts off with Raphael and Jack searching the internet for pictures. They come across a picture of Bumblebee and they replace it with a tap-dancing monkey. Miko, meanwhile, is forcing Bulkhead to exercise so his legs don't atrophy, meaning that any muscles in the body don't shrink and whatever. Jack, he notices a picture which Raph determines it's a Cybertronian escape pod. RC suggests that they bring Wheeljack in to replace Bulkhead, who still isn't ready for combat. So Optimus and the rest of the Autobots go out to investigate, and they head to the crash site, which is pretty much a forestry area, and they find that the pod has a Decepticon logo on it, and they are soon attacked by the Viacons and Insecticons, which pretty much outnumbering the Autobots. However, there's a figure that comes out of nowhere and pretty much shoots the remaining Viacons and Insecticons, and accidentally shoots the Energon that the Insecticon, the Energon basically the Energon that is leaking from the Decepticon pod, and it catches fire, and the Autobots basically go behind some rocks to hide for cover. Which they get there just in time before it blows up, blowing up the remaining Viacons and Insecticons that are there. So basically, the Autobot, the newcomer is the Autobot known as Smokescreen, and he's basically a rookie who basically is very pleased to meet Optimus Prime. The others are kind of suspicious because of when Wheeljack first came, but Smokescreen tells pretty much the Autobots the story of how he basically graduated from the Elite Guard and pretty much protected Alpha Trion and pretty much the remnants of Viacon in the last days on Cybertron and whatnot. He was captured by Decepticons during the attack before escaping from a Decepticon transport ship. But Smokescreen believes that he'll have the war ended in no time and whatnot. And Jack or Miko basically forces Jack to volunteer. Show Smokescreen around the bridge. Now, the ship that starts, meanwhile, in the ship that what is known as the Harbinger, or the Harbinger, which is pretty much a Decepticon warship, Starscream searches the internet for some random stuff, and he finds a picture of what's known as Red Energon at a construction site. Basically, what Red Energon is it's a rare species. When refined, you pretty much get the power of hyperspeed, and there is pretty much going to be an episode based on it, but that's in the near, not too distant future, right there. Anyways, so back at base, back at the Autobot base, Jack pretty much shows Smokescreen the entire base, showing the phase shifter that Bumblebee and RC and Miko got in tunnel vision. The other relics that they were able to obtain, and of course Arachnid, which if you watch the episode Armada, you'll see that you notice that RC kind of put her in stasis in that Insecticon pod. Bulkhead believes that Smokescreen is pretty much going to replace him once he's once he's fully repaired. But the Autobots convince him that he's, well, of course the new guy needs lots of training and all that. Raph finds the same photo that Starscream did, but Smokescreen, he's kind of eager to go on the mission to find it. But of course the others point out that he needs training and he needs a vehicle mode. Starscream does arrives at the construction site only to find it's pretty much deserted and empty and whatnot. And of course the Red Energon has been relocated. Back on top of the, pretty much Smokescreen and Jack, meanwhile, search for a vehicle mode, which Smokescreen's kind of disappointed in the vehicle forms that are available when the cars on the highway pass by. Optimus, RC, and Bumblebee arrive at the docks, which is, I believe that they're the same. That's the same location where Optimus and Bulkhead had their confrontation with Dreadwing when he was introduced. I don't know, it could be me. But anyways, and pretty much that's where the Red Energon's been moved. It's pretty much on a crane, in a wooden crate there. Starscream is already there, and he pretty much activates the Apex armor. And how did he get out of the Antarctic from his encounter with Prime and Dreadwing a while ago? I will never know. But anyways, he sends RC and Bumblebee on top of the crane to get the Red Energon while he takes on Starscream alone. And Optimus reports back to the base what is happening, and Smokescreen, again, he wants to go help, but Ratchet basically tells him to stay at the base, essentially. And Starscream pretty much overpowers Optimus, and he climbs up on the crane after RC and Bumblebee, pretty much go after them for the Red Energon. Back at the base, Bulkhead asks Ratchet to let him go help, but Ratchet pretty much ignores him, and they realize that Smokescreen has gone missing, but Ratchet finds him in the storeroom looking at the phase, very much obtaining the phase shifter. Starscream, meanwhile, goes for RC, only, well, pretty much just when Starscream thinks that he has RC at her mercy, Optimus jumps from atop the crane to basically give him a good solid left, knocking him off the crane. But on the way down, he manages to break off a chunk from the crate of red Energon. And as Optimus is starting to haul up the basket, Starscream is pretty much grabbing the bottom of the crane and trying to tip it. However, Smokescreen interrupts him by arriving through the ground bridge. And his vehicle mode, to be honest, is actually very awesome because it kind of reminds me, or kind of reminds all those G1 fans of Jazz, who had that awesome looking car in the 80s. So pretty much Smokescreen uses the phase shifter to pretty much beat the living hell out of Starscream right out of his Apex armor, pretty much charging right at him and knocking him clean off the armor. Starscream manages to escape, not before firing off a missile at the crane and destroying the Red Energon. But the Autobots do survive, however, and Starscream, like I said, pretty much retreats with the chunk of Red Energon he broke off. And at the end, they return to base. Smokescreen pretty much returns the phase shifter and the Apex armor, but however, Optimus is pretty much not pleased with Smokescreen disobeying his orders. However, he welcomes him to Team Prime, essentially. Bulkhead in the corridor looks on pretty much as disappointed what went on, and Miko tries to give some encouraging words, but at the end, Bulkhead turns around and limps down towards the medical area. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. Overall, it was a very good episode. I like seeing Smokescreen. He was a very awesome looking character. You could say what he actually looks like. He could look like Prowl or Blue Streak or whatever, but he's Smokescreen, and I really like that. It fits the character very well. Overall, just a great episode, and I would recommend seeing it. It's just a perfect episode. You would not be disappointed by it. So anyways, that is my video review of the Transformers Prime episode New Recruit. I will be back as soon as possible with the next video, and I will see you all very soon. So take care, see you soon, have a great day, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye!